What's up, you guys? This is Mark.
This is Aaron.
And we are the
Council of the Six Paths.
And we're going to be bringing you content every other day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So just be ready. Stay tuned. But today is going to be a special one because, you know, Mondays are where the fights happen. The fight debate.
Yeah, that's where we put it down.
This one's going to be an interesting one because I'm taking a side on this one that I don't normally take. So this is going to be Sage Mode Naruto from the Pain arc against
your boy, Tute Von Putin, Naruto himself, Sage Mode.
That's what I said the first time.
We're going to keep that in there.
Against
Sasuke.
Hey, that Kool-Aid was too good. Against Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke from the Danzo fight. You know, and before that, because then he went to the 5 Kage something. So anyways, I'm taking the Sasuke side, and I'm not the biggest Sasuke fan. Like, I don't dislike him, but I'm not his biggest fan. However, I am a big Naruto fan. So, this was interesting for me. What about you? You think you're pretty comfortable with this one?
I feel very comfortable. I think that, you know, there's enough supporting information that will display Naruto's, you know, abundance of power that eclipses Sasuke Uchiha at that point in time anyway. So that will be part of my total take. As you know, they flip-flop at times, but during this period, Sasuke's getting crushed.
Alright, anyways, let's get to it, man. Flip the coin. Let's see who goes. I'm going to call heads again.
He's calling heads every time. You know what I'm saying? I got the quarter. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that flip no jutsu on him one time. Right there. Bam. He won. That's okay though. We're going to show it to everybody out there with that quarter. He won. Go ahead, man.
Alright, cool. Well, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the same way we did last time. We're going to make a breakdown. I'm going to tell you how the fight's going to go. I ain't with that, oh, he has this, Nah, I'm going to tell you how it's going to go. And it's, hey, as far as I'm concerned, it's subjective. You know, I know I have to make it, you know, lean towards my guy, so of course there's going to be some bias. But overall, I feel like this is really how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to read off some of it because I kind of did this in a rush. But we're going to get to it. All right, so this is going to be similar to how the last one was. I'm thinking that they're going to be in fairly open environment, maybe some mountains around a little bit, but it's just kind of open so they can actually get to it and fight. It's kind of similar to how when Pain and Naruto was fighting, kind of was open because, you know, you just destroyed the whole village. But yeah, let's get to it. So, in the beginning, they're going to be facing each other. They're going to see each other. Sasuke is going to rush Naruto. And of course, Naruto's going to do what he always does. He's going to make some shadow clones. And they're going to push towards Sasuke. Now, of course, Sasuke is going to dispose of the shadow clones that, you know, run up on him pretty easily because he always does that. But of course, he's going to look up and find Naruto with a Rasen Shuriken. So, what's going to happen is Sasuke's going to use Amaterasu on Naruto. Naruto's going to dodge, and he's also going to have another shadow clone rush Sasuke to kind of distract him a little bit, and then Naruto's going to throw the Rasen Shuriken, right? So what's going to happen is Sasuke's going to use his taijutsu, his abilities, to disable the clone without hitting him. So he's not trying to release him, and he's going to throw him at the Rasen Shuriken because he wants to see what the heck this thing is actually going to do. So once it hits, he's going to be like, what did he just get hit with? You know, because he's going to, you know, be surprised at the actual power that Naruto has. However, Sasuke is going to, you know, then have Naruto's going to have another clone. Because that was just what, you know what Naruto does, man. He makes it seem like that's the actual plan, but it's not. So Naruto is going to have another clone come from above Sasuke. And when he comes from above Sasuke, he's going to come in with Rasengan. So what's going to happen is Sasuke's going to have to activate Susanoo to defend himself in order to protect himself. Even if it's not the full-blown Susanoo, he's going to have to activate something to defend himself from the Rasengan. So from that point, Naruto's impressed. You know, he's trying to figure out what his next attack's gonna be. And Sasuke's going to decide to talk to Naruto. He's gonna say, Naruto, what is your obsession with me? What do you want? And Naruto's gonna be talking back, you know, his talk no jutsu. But what's really gonna happen is Sasuke's gonna say, boom, genjutsu. Once he put him in the genjutsu, boom, Amaterasu, hit Naruto with it. It's gonna engulf him in flames. So that was supposed to be how it ended, but then I realized that's not how it's gonna end. It's not gonna end that way. Because Naruto's going to be in a genjutsu, but the nine-tailed fox also doesn't want to die. So he's gonna wake up Naruto. Naruto's gonna come out of it, drop his robe that he has on, just like, you know, somebody else in a different discussion I talked about. Drop his robe that he had on, and he's gonna be livid. He's gonna be like, I could have sworn you were really trying to talk to me. So what's gonna happen is that Naruto's gonna release one of his other clones that are gathering nature energy, just like when he was in pain, the pain fight, and he's gonna activate his Sage Mode once again, so that way he can get ready to get down to business. So, Sasuke, you know, Naruto's going to rush towards Sasuke, and Sasuke's gonna be like, "You sure you want to taijutsu with me? Because this is my forte." Naruto's gonna run up on him, and they gonna be scrapping. And next thing you know, Naruto's gonna hit him with that kabam. Sasuke's gonna go flying. He's gonna be like, "What?" So when he finally lands, he's gonna stand up and be like, "I could have sworn." He's gonna get up slowly, of course. I could have sworn I dodged that. How did he hit me with that? But of course, he's gonna be smart enough to know I can't let that happen again. He has some kind of ability that prevents, that allows that to happen. So Naruto is going to prepare a rising shuriken, and he's gonna throw it while Sasuke is still trying to regain himself, trying to compose himself. Now, Sasuke at that point is going to activate full armor Susanoo, and he's gonna do that to protect himself from the rising shuriken. The attack is gonna be so intense that Sasuke is still going to feel the effects of that ability. And Sasuke's gonna, whenever, you know, it finally finishes up, because the Susanoo is still protecting him at some point. It's at an extent, yeah, some extent. And then he's going to finally, when the attack is over, he's gonna yell, Naruto! Like, he's gonna be so livid that he's so strong. Then Sasuke is going to take aim with Indra's arrow and fire it at Naruto. And the arrow is going to connect, and it's going to look like, you know, it's going to do crazy damage to the area, to the environment and everything. And it's going to look like Naruto's gone. Sasuke is going to, you know, go back to his normal eye. He's going to, like, kind of relax, but he's going to start walking towards the body because he wants to make sure he's gone. What's going to happen, of course, in the span of that arrow hitting, Naruto's going to spawn 2 shadow clones who kick him out of the actual blast radius so that way he can survive. I'm being objective, you get what I'm saying? So Sasuke's gonna walk towards that area and he's gonna notice there's no body. And once he notices that there's no body, he's gonna yell with his Sharingan activated. He's gonna be like, Naruto! And then Naruto, of course, at that point, he's gonna release his last shadow clone. Naruto starts talking and he's like, Sasuke, we will both die here. I don't understand if you noticed this. And then Sasuke's gonna throw his demon shuriken at Naruto. Naruto's gonna have his clones step in and block it with their kunais. Like, come on, that's just a shuriken. So they both, you know, hit it with the kunais to block it. However, Sasuke's going to break it apart and pull it straight towards the original Naruto. What's gonna happen is Naruto's going to dodge out of the way. So once he dodges, he's gonna dodge up. And Sasuke's going to shoot a fireball jutsu at Naruto while he's in the air. Naruto's going to get some clones, and he's going to, you know, push himself out of the way, whatever the case may be. He's going to avoid it. And then Naruto's going to be like, Sasuke, this is enough. Come on. We're both going to die here. You can see I'm taking every single one of your attacks, and I'm reversing it. Like, I'm able to counter everything. Well, then Sasuke's going to look at Naruto, and he's going to say, game over. Get it. It's going to hit Naruto directly, and that's going to be how Sasuke technically wins, But Naruto has Kurama, so he's probably gonna get back up and all that extra stuff. But overall, that would technically be how the fight ended. Sorry for being so long-winded, but I'm gonna let you get to it. If you want to rebut, go ahead and do that. Or if you want to do your breakdown first, that's fine too.
All right. So,
yeah.
We off in here. So, this is how we're gonna do this.
First, did you enjoy the breakdown though?
Yes, I did. I felt like I was standing there on the battlefield, watching the whole thing going down. I was visualizing. That's what we do. All right, so Sasuke doesn't know that Naruto can throw the Rasengan Shuriken. Naruto applied the Rasengan Shuriken twice. Once against Kakuzu, who had 500 years, something crazy like that, of battle knowledge. Naruto fooled this man in 3 racks with his Rasengan Shuriken and broke him. And this is whenever this man still had to hold it. Okay. Pain. You're talking about 6 entities with shared field of vision. Everybody can see. Naruto figured out a way to take a few of them out too with the Rasengan Shuriken. And you're talking about the Rinnegan, not Sharingan. You're talking about the Ui. Okay, with somebody who opened the Rinnegan when they were a child to now. I really don't see Sasuke slipping that one on the Okido if Naruto wants to catch him with it and it's just him out there fighting. I don't see how he's going to get out of that. Sheer power alone. The Amaterasu doesn't work because once again, the Kyuubi cloak, he can just pinch that off, and I'm not talking about the full KSM. I'm just talking about the 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails cloak. As long as it bubbles up, he can bubble up, and he can just get rid of Amaterasu. That's a hack that Naruto has. Once again, Genjutsus. That's not going to work against Naruto. Chakra. You're gonna play the time game. There's really not much that I could find that Sasuke could do. You mentioned Indra's Arrow. Sasuke can't use Indra's Arrow. Ever. That was a one-off. The only time he can use Indra's Arrow is whenever he has the chakra of the tailed beast to be able to siphon those into his Susanoo to be able to fire it off. That's not something that man can muster by himself. At no point. Can't use it. At that point, he didn't have that power in the first place. That he had 6 pass power. That's why it was called Indra's Arrow. He doesn't have 6 pass power doing the MS. Kirin would be a good jutsu, but I find that problematic with somebody that's not already hurt. He would have to get Naruto to where Naruto necessarily can't move before he could smack him with Kirin. Now, if he did set it up, throw the fireball straight to the sky, there's a storm forming overhead, lightning sitting there. He sits there, he tames it, and Naruto watches all this go down. Alright. Then we have a problem. I'm gonna be fair, I'm gonna leave Kurama out of it. Naruto's sensory perception, Naruto's ability to move, Naruto's ability to move at high speeds. My God, the boy ran in on the 3rd Hokage, ducked up under his arm at the last minute when he's coming through his lightning spear. And we know this man is supposed to be ooh-wee when it comes to speed, right? Hit him in his elbow, makes him stab himself. Whoo! That boy's gonna get out of there. I don't really see him getting hit with that. That's why we only see Sasuke use it once against the hurt Itachi, and it's not really applied after that in battle. I see Naruto taking everything that Sasuke has, as always. I'm not going to get into an elaborate back and forth. Sasuke doesn't have enough power to kill Boruto. That's just point blank period. Every fight they've ever had, Naruto has never once tried to kill this boy whenever this boy was coming to him daggone there in bloodlust. Okay? He wanted him dead. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because really, when it comes to Naruto versus anybody, it's just not worth it. He's always gonna, it's just not worth it getting into it. The proof is in the pudding, baby.
So, he had quite a few points, and I didn't get to write them down because I was too busy watching and listening. Then I'm like, shucks, I need to write this stuff down. So let me go by what I have here. So you said that he's not getting hit by genjutsu. I don't understand why.
No. I didn't say he's not getting hit by genjutsu.
You kind of did, but I'm saying that even though he cast a genjutsu on him, he immediately does the Amaterasu right after it. So the genjutsu is not expected to make him go in it for too long.
Okay.
And also, I believe Kurama will wake him up. So I don't think that that's going to be, the end all be all. I just think there's going to be something that's going to at least give Sasuke an opportunity to do something. So you also mentioned not getting hit by kidding,
right,
because he's going to be too quick and whatever the case may be. So we had Naruto, Sakura, Sai, and Yamato who was standing out there. And he was ready to hit them with that right then and there. And Orochimaru was like, no, don't use it on him. So I don't think that that you just evaded, because number one, Naruto hadn't moved in the speed of light at that time.
That's not what I was.
So my point is that we don't know that he had that kind of speed at that time. Even with the Sage Mode, when he was moving super fast, we don't know if he was really able to move faster than the fourth Raikage whenever he had, used his Kurama.
The first time I know that he was faster than the fourth is whenever he zipped in front of Kakashi.
Let me get that. So him of evading Kiden doesn't seem too logical. Even if he's super fast, I don't know if he was going to evade that. Just my own logic on it. I can't promise that. Then you just said he never used Indra's arrow. So maybe
he only used it once, is what I said.
So either way it goes, maybe that move isn't called the Indra's arrow at the time that he used it against Kakashi.
Well, he never used it against Kakashi.
He shot an arrow at Kakashi.
Yes. Sasuke's Susanoo itself has the ability to shoot arrows. It comes with a bow.
Let me get to it. So maybe it was the wrong name. However, it still stands about the arrow and the power of the arrow and what it would have done to that whole area if you would have hit something with it. You also mentioned that Kurama's cloak will remove the Amaterasu.
He does it.
Now, I'm not saying that it won't. I'm just saying that he had survived it anyways. I'd already made him survive it. So regardless of that or not, that's kind of...
I was just throwing his hacks out there.
You mentioned that he wouldn't be strong enough to kill Naruto. I mean, you're technically right. He has a couple things. One, Kurama, plot armor. Like, he has some things to prevent himself from being dead. However, I'm putting this in the span of before Kurama takes it to the next level. Before it goes to that level, he will beat him. But then, of course, if it's death, life or death, Kurama's gonna come out. But if it's not life or death, if he just knocks him out, I don't think Kurama's gonna wake him up. He's gonna be like, dang, you just got your butt kicked by the dude you trying to bring home.
Okay.
But that's just the ones I remember. I'm sure you made some other points.
Okay, now, the Genjutsu is for Amaterasu.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna put him in the Genjutsu, then he's gonna hit him with Amaterasu.
Yes.
If he puts him in the Genjutsu and he hits him with Amaterasu, you got two things. Amaterasu is gonna take some time before it burns him all the way to a crisp. One way to break a Genjutsu is pain in the first place. So as soon as Amaterasu hits him and starts burning him, if that doesn't wake him up, then Kurama will. One of those two is gonna wake him up. Even without Naruto being cognizant, if the Nine-Tailed Fox does think that the Amaterasu is going to burn him up, he's going to flex his chakra. I don't know if this happened before or after. We do know that the cloak will do it, but I'm sure that the Fox will control that regardless if it's to save his own life. But at that point, whenever Naruto became Sage Mode, the Fox already liked Naruto. For a matter of fact, the Fox liked Naruto to the point to where the Fox didn't want him using nobody else's power. The Fox was jealous. Whenever he learned Sage Mode, he's like, look, I kept bumping him off of there because I felt like, really, the low key, the only power you needed was mine, homie. Okay? So, that relationship was already building. He already had track record after record of seeing this boy prove himself. In which, once he does say, put him here, you can trust me. he lets him know, bruh, I've been watching you this whole time. The way to me is show me again the dude you are. He already had him sold on that, so I don't really have a problem with that flex. He just wouldn't let him use it at the same time. If it came down to it, he ran out of Sage Mode, his Kurama Mode's gonna come out. But, nor here nor there. That arrow is very fast. Very, very fast. I think that Naruto's Sage Mode and his radius perception, his warning perception that he gets that allows him to dodge things the way that he does. You know, just that overall gap will give him enough to get past that, because believe me, he's a lot faster than Danzo. And Danzo got hit by the arrow, I think twice. Well, he deflected it once with the wood stone, then the other time he Izanagi'd it, and then another time, you know. Let's see. Thunderclap, here. Whenever Sasuke was standing there and Naruto, Sakura, and all the and Yamato and Sai were standing in that pit, and Sasuke put his hand up and he started talking to Jack. I may have to go back and watch it, but Sasuke didn't heat this guy. I didn't see him fire the three. I may have to go back because I may be wrong, but I don't think I saw him fire the 3 lion head fireballs up into the sky. Plus, whenever he fought Itachi, he also used the heat from his Amaterasu to heat the sky in order to create the Nimbus clouds, I believe they are, that were needed in order for him to tame the lightning to shoot down Kirin in the first place. These are the basis of this jutsu. He can't just raise his hand in the air on a non-cloudy day and use Kirin. He has to set this up. So from the time that this whole battle started from there, and him going in Naruto's mind, and them talking to the Nine-Tailed Fox, and then him putting his hand up, and Orochimaru and them showing up, to me that would have to be flexed, because he never set the preparation for the jutsu to work in the first place, and there were no storms nor lightning overhead, I believe. I'll have to go back and watch that whenever that took place. And then Orochimaru shows up and says, let's get out of here. Now, I could be wrong, because I also remember Yamato saying something like he would have decimated all of them or something like that, but I'm not sure if that was just pertaining to the attack or just his sheer power to say, look, this dude right now, we wasn't going to make it out of here if we squabbed him down, okay? We wasn't going to make it. There's a lot to unpack there, a lot more to look into. Wasn't expecting to just solely take that point. But at the end of the day, still, I think Naruto wins. I'm happy. I'm gonna cut there.
All right, so it's the last round of rebuttals here. I'm gonna just go to the points that kind of were, just stuff I want to clear up. You said Kurama liked Naruto. He was taking a liking to Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say he liked him. I'm not gonna say that he's going to give him his chakra or whatever just because, oh, you want to beat your friend, let me help you out.
Well,
I don't think that's what he's going to be on. I think that you said that one more time to me. So I don't think that's what's going to go down. I think that I already mentioned that he doesn't want to die, so he's going to wake up Naruto from the genjutsu, and then of course Naruto's going to wake up in time to take off the cloak. I think it's going to be so fast that he's going to have time to take off the cloak.
Right, so that part really, don't matter.
Yeah, so it's kind of it.
We reached the same conclusions.
Yeah, so with that in mind, yeah, I don't think that Kurama necessarily liked him. I think he was taking a liking to him because, he was like, yo, this dude's kind of practicing what he preached, you know what I'm saying? So I think he was starting to take a liking to him. You mentioned that Naruto's faster than Danzo. I would probably say that. I'd probably say that's probably right. So, I mean, avoiding Indra's arrow,
Danzo's old by the time that him and Sasuke fought. Avoiding
Indra's arrow, the only thing about it is I already have him avoiding it. But I don't think, am I breaking I have him avoiding it? But I don't think that like him just standing there, as long as Sasuke close enough, I think that it will probably hit because it's a really fast situation. Like just like when Pain shot that arrow at Kakashi, it literally looked like that bad boy went straight through his eye. It was so
flick that nail at him.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like it was so fast Kakashi had to, warp that, and Sasuke was like, good job. You got the Mangekyo Sharingan. You can use that bad boy. Okay, well, let me show you something else. So it was, but you know what? I am going to break something back from the beginning because I remember. He was talking about how Sasuke, had already burned up his eyes and all that good jazz. This was just about the abilities that they had at that time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about, if you put Naruto there at the waterfall instead of Kakashi, how would that have happened? It was more like all the skills that he has, and they're both, fresh to fight. What would they be doing? That's basically what that was about. So that's what my breakdown was like. That it wasn't to say that he had that much juice left in his eyes to do all of that. It was if he would have came in fresh with all of those skills, and not draining his eye, how would that fight have gone? And that's how I saw it. If it was the other way, like it was actually him at the waterfall fighting against Naruto, I probably would have given it to Naruto because I don't think Sasuke would have been able to last long enough for that fight. This is my own opinion, though. But look, continue.
All right, so
last rebut.
Last rebut. We're talking about Naruto after the pain, after all, like right at that spot. I say Naruto had a breakthrough with the nine-tailed fox during that fight. So if we talk about him after that point, you've got this mental connection already going on. Okay, Kurama don't like Sasuke. Sasuke reminds him of Madara. So you could say that he hates this boy, if you want to get all the way down to it. But he understands what Naruto's coming with. He understands Naruto's flexing, all this other kind of stuff. It's too much there between that and Sage Mode for Sasuke to get around. Susanoo's arrow, once again. He fires it at Kakashi. Kakashi kamois it. He fires it at Danzo. Danzo has enough time to deflect it off somewhere else. We've seen this arrow fired. The only person really that I've seen get caught is the Zetsu dudes. Hell, whenever he shot it at Naruto, he shot, 2-3 of them in Naruto. Naruto had time to jump back and throw his troop-seeking oars in and deflect them out of there. 2, the boy's going to have shadow clones all over the place. 3, he's got to know exactly which one is Naruto and use it. He's responding to all the other ones because every last one of these clones are at the same power. Now, he can only do 3, I believe, or just a little bit more in Sage Mode at this point. At this point, I don't think he can just throw a whole bunch of Sage Narutos out there, because if he ever puts 1,000 Sage Mode Narutos out there versus one Sasuke, let's talk about it. Ain't nobody actually got to put hands on Sasuke to hit him in his face. Game over. But no matter how you put it, no matter how I shift this, I just don't see there being a way for Sasuke to, at that point, beat Naruto. It's hard for me to do.
I mean, well, there you have it. I mean, you see who's on whose side. Let us know what you think. I mean, honestly, I think I won. And I think because I messed him up with the breakdown. He wasn't ready. He wasn't even able to respond to the breakdown right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so.
I think I won. I didn't think I needed a breakdown.
So what I want to say is, make sure you guys check out the next videos. On Fridays we have the drawing competition where you guys vote and tell us who made the best drawing for that week.
Or simply who's making the best progress. That way I might come out with one that's flexing. But if you see, me take a mad jump within my skills from week to week and say, oh, okay, you just want to, support and be positive, make sure that you do that too.
Either way it goes, we'll be back with more videos. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to, stay a while for a little bit, hang out with us, subscribe. And we look forward to talking to you guys next time.
See you next time.
Peace!